So what's up guys, welcome back. This is my boy again, Adamslink. How you guys doing? Welcome to another video, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you guys are watching this video from. And please try as much as possible to leave your comment and invite your friends, guys. Well, there is a very historical event that's currently happening in Nigeria, Lagos, currently. And if you are not paying attention to that event, then I think it's either you do not care about Nigeria or you are not aware, because it's so historical that it affects, and it will affect our daily life, our possession power. In fact, it will affect our children on how they go to school, on how you can pay your school fees. It's going to affect on how you can even feed, transport, everything about your life is going to affect you. The historical event is currently going on, and President Buhari is there. The president-elect Tinubu is there. The agitator, Peter Obi, that is loved by many Nigerians, is also there. Atiku is there. All majority of top men in Nigeria, if I may use that word, are currently there, and it's happening in Lagos. This event, this particular project was supposed to be in Ondo, but Ondo State missed the opportunity because of politics. But Lagos State quickly grabbed the opportunity, and currently the event is happening in Lagos State. And it's about Dangote Refinery. Not the cement refinery, we are talking about oil refinery. Well, for those of you who do not know much about it, I'm going to give you a recap. I'm going to give you the side talk, the negative talk, and the positive talk, and also views from some people, including my own view as well, and so many other stuff we're going to be discussing here. And also, I would like you to leave your honest comment, because this is not something that we need to shy away from. It affects you. You might not give a damn about it, but it affects you. If this refinery is positive to Nigeria, then the prices of goods, commodity will drastically reduce. There will be no scarcity of anything when it comes to fuel. And you know, when there's no scarcity of fuel, many other things follows. And it's going to affect the power sector as well. The transportation sector, the power sector, the food sector is going to affect everything. So you must pay attention. You cannot say you do not want to pay attention. It simply means you do not have Nigeria in your heart. Well, firstly, let me give you the 20 key factors about Dangote Refinery. Firstly, it's located in Abuja, Lekki, Lagos, covering a land area of approximately 2,635 acres. The refinery is powered by a 435 megawatt power plant. The refinery is the world's largest single train with a capacity of 650,000 barrels per day with 900 KTPA plant. At full capacity, it can meet 100% of the Nigeria requirement of all refined products, and also have surplus for export. Designed for 100% Nigeria crude with flexibility to process other crudes. Designed for 100% Nigeria crude with flexibility to process other crude. Self-sufficient marine facility with ability to freight, optimization, largest single order of single point, and diesel and gasoline from the refine will conform to Euro specification. The refinery design complies with the World Bank, US, EPA, Euro emission norms, and Department of Petroleum Resources and Emission Influent norm, designed to process large variety of crudes, including many of the African crudes, some of the Eastern crudes, and the US light tight oil. 65 million cubic meter of sand, costing approximately 300 million, using the world's largest drainage. Brought over 1,200 units of various equipment to enhance the local capacity for the site workers. Brought about 332 cranes to build up equipment installation capacity. So those are the equipment and how they're going to meet sensitive values. That is what I just read, and there are so many others. But let us go to the most controversial part. How will it affect you and I? How will this refinery affect you and I? Firstly, you know, Dangote has a cement factory. And cement factory so far, currently, cement in Nigeria, as far back as 2021, 2022, it was sold for 3,800. Now it's about 4,100, 4,050, thereabouts. But in Ghana, it's extremely cheap there. Then in other parts of Nigeria, it's cheap. But here we get the main resources from is expensive here. So this refinery, oil refinery, will it make things easier for us? Because already the cement that they got in the major equipment, natural resources here, is supposed to be cheaper here than any other country, but it's more expensive here than any other country. What is the factor? Why is it more expensive? Is it because of the tax? Is it because of the insecurity or the transport tax, ad bureaus and all the rest? Is it because of that? That is why it's expensive. So how are we sure this petroleum, the largest refinery, among the largest refinery in the world, how are we sure is going to reduce the cost that is already dragging us back as Nigerians? How are we sure? Because the same Dangote, his price of cement is ridiculous compared to other countries. So this is what Daniel Rega said recently. Daniel Rega said, if Dangote isn't a northerner, the government won't be favoring his company over others, because we have seen how the government neglected the Betul Group, Inonso Motor, and other big companies owned by Easterners. Also, Dangote is the richest mine in Africa, but the public is yet to see the benefits. He also said Dangote cement was being sold for 3,500 naira in Nigeria back in 2021. But same cement cost just 1,800 in Zambia. It was also cheaper in Ghana and other countries. So what the guarantee that Dangote Refinery won't exploit Nigerians with this monopoly of production? Federal government don't think. How will it affect us? That we have a refinery. Over the years, we have been talking about Nigeria needs to be refining their own crude oil. We do not need to be exporting crude oil and bringing in diesel, bringing in fuel. No, we do not need to be doing that. We need to be refining our own crude oil because we think refining our own crude oil will make things easier for us. The price will go down. Now, finally, it has been made possible in Buhari's regime. It's about to go out now. So the next regime, the next government will take over. Are we sure that this will benefit us? How are we sure that it will moderate the prices? How are we sure we are not going to be experiencing fuel scarcity every December, every end of the year? We are not going to be experiencing fuel scarcity. According to Rino Mokere, he said, if you take General Muhammadu Buhari's so-called achievement of the last 8 years, as released by his media aides last week, and add them all up together, then multiply them by 20, they will still be less significant to Nigeria and Nigerians than the 19 billion Dangote Refinery scheduled to be commissioned. For 8 years, Nigeria endured Buhari, but for the next 8 years, we will enjoy Dangote. May God grant us less Buhari and more Dangotes in Jesus' name. That's coming from Reno Mockery. And well, generally, I hope it benefits us. But politically, I don't understand. I don't know if there's political will, if they are not going to exploit us. If they are not going to exploit us, will they have humanity in them? Because this, we are talking about our own natural resources here. We are not talking about buying again. No. We are talking about refining our own natural resources. So according to someone, he said, Dangote Refinery is fully ready to commission this week. It's the biggest refinery in Africa and capacity to refine 6,000 barrels of crude oil daily and provision of over 12,000 megawatts of electricity. It's still going to provide 12,000 megawatts of electricity, and it's going to be using 435, consuming its own electricity. But the remaining megawatt that is close to 7,000 something, I think it will be exploiting it. No, it will be, I don't know if Nigeria will be making use of that, but most definitely. Because it only requires 4,335 megawatt to operate the whole refinery. I don't want to read some certain stuff of this something that has to do with tribalism and all those things, because there are people who are talking and boasting and all those things, but I don't want to dwell on that. So guys, let me know, how do you feel is going to benefit you? Because this is the most talk about. In fact, I don't want to even talk about many things. No. It's very, very important to us, because this new achievement is going to determine. It's going to determine. After all, we have been crying, begging that it's about time we have our own refinery, and not just a refinery that also will be generating megawatts. And again, there is this a story about this refinery should have been in Ondo State, but because of greed, someone said, "Did you know Dangote Refinery being commissioned today in Lagos State could have been in Ondo State?" The people and ineffective government of the day in Ondo State failed to provide enabling environment and even asked for kickbacks. Lagos got the opportunity and the rest is history. I never knew there was supposed to be in Ondo State. But that's another story for another day though. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know exactly how you feel. I want to hear your input. I want to know how you feel about this Dangote refinery and side talks and the politicians who are there, and how it's going to benefit you. And do you believe that's going to reduce our suffering in this country?